Welcome to week 3 of the Iowa Conference Series here on YouTube, and after 2 great weeks, we are in for a fantastic week number 3. 4 user games in this episode, and all of them are phenomenal matchups. Before we get to those, let's go over the results we saw in week 2. First up in a user matchup, Starmont went on the road and took down a pesky Waterloo-Columbus squad, beating the Sailors 35-25. Staying in conference action, Waterloo West defended their home field at Memorial Stadium. They took down Solon 31-20. Iowa City High had a tall task as they fall at Auburn 38-22. Cedar Falls defended their home field as well. They take down Sam Houston in non-conference play 21-13. Gladbrook Rhinebeck just narrowly falls at UAB 36-34, the final there. Central City was simply dominant in a conference matchup with Cedar Rapids Kennedy 48-28. What a win for the Wildcats. And what a win for Waverly-Shell Rock as well. In another user matchup, the Go Hawks take down then 9th-ranked Williamsburg at home 28-14. And finally, Cedar Rapids Prairie, a gutsy road victory over Louisiana Tech. Final there 41-39. Now we do have 4 outstanding user matchups for you as Starmont, Cedar Falls, Waverly-Shell Rock, and my Bosco Dons are all in action. We'll get to that right away, and we'll start things off with the Cedar Falls Tigers hitting the road at Mississippi State. And we're set for a good one at Davis-Wade Stadium as number 13 Cedar Falls tries to pull off the road win. And that's a good start as John Trey Russell pulls off the interception on Mississippi State's first possession of the ball game. Cedar Falls back on defense now, a great defensive play. Kayvon Justice with the breakup holds Mississippi State to a field goal try. They put it in from 30 yards out. Mississippi State strikes first, up 3-0. Late first quarter now as Deshaun Wheeler gets out of the pocket, takes a deep shot down the field. Terrence Weeks is all by himself, and he's going to go all the way. A massive 75-yard touchdown as Cedar Falls takes the lead here 7-3 after a quarter. But Mississippi State not going away, and check out this run. Not touched until he's 15 yards down the field. 1, 2, 3 Tiger tackles are broken, and there he goes. 75 yards to the house. A massive statement run for the Bulldogs as Mississippi State reclaims the lead 10-7 in the first play of the second quarter. Mississippi State continuing to drive, and it's a big pass down the field late in the half with just over 30 seconds remaining, getting them to the 10-yard line, and that would allow them to nail this field goal just before the break. It's a 40-yarder as Mississippi State leads 13-7 at the half. Cedar Falls now trying a field goal. Joey Kenton set to attempt a 40-yard try. It is up. It is true. Cedar Falls back within 3. 3:44 to go in the third quarter. Cedar Falls trying to get right back into this one, and Wheeler would do just that. He goes to the tight end, Jay Kumar, 27 yards, fighting for every inch, and he's into the end zone as the Tigers reclaim the lead, 17-13 with 8 minutes to play in the game. But this one wasn't done yet, not by a long shot. There in the shadow, you can barely see him, but it's a touchdown for Mississippi State as they take the lead right back on the 4-yard touchdown. It's 20-17, but Cedar Falls comes right back. Wheeler, seeing nothing, takes off himself, and nobody's going to get him. He's into the end zone for the touchdown, and this one's going back and forth in the fourth quarter. Wheeler's 8-yard run gives Cedar Falls a 4-point lead. With just over 90 seconds to play, a straight-on 51-yard try from Kenton. It is good. A massive field goal as Cedar Falls goes up 7. Mississippi State down to their last play, 4th and 17. Unbelievable. It's a touchdown on their absolute last chance. They go 23 yards. They tie the game. This one is going to overtime. Cedar Falls with the ball first in overtime, but disaster for the Tigers as it's intercepted. All Mississippi State needs for a win is a field goal, and they will get a shot from 42 yards, but it's missed wide to the left. Cedar Falls stays alive, and we're going to double overtime. And now Mississippi State with the football, a 54-yarder. That one is good, so Cedar Falls needs to score, or this game is over. Wheeler on third down, 5 yards away, sends a strike. It is caught. Christopher Greenwell Jr. with a touchdown. And that's your ball game. An incredible matchup in double overtime. Cedar Falls pulls off the road SEC victory 33-30. For our next game, let's head over to Kingston Stadium as Don Bosco looking for their first win of the year against Cedar Rapids Kennedy, and what a run right out of the gate for Zion Haywood, a 19-yard pickup as he's bullying defenders, and he finished this drive off for the Dons. Zion Haywood high-stepping his way into the end zone from 9 yards out. It's 7-0 Dons, 6.5 to play in the first quarter. But Cedar Rapids Kennedy's offense would have plenty to say on their own right. Andre McCray with a screen pass to Zyrus Smith, and he is a tough runner, breaking all sorts of tackles, finally pushed out of bounds by Danny Powers, but it's going to set up first and goal. And on second and goal from the 1, it's a touchdown. McCray finds James Erickson from a yard out, and the Cougars scored their first touchdown of the day in front of their home fans. We're tied at 7, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Don Bosco trying to get their passing offense going. Taven Jackson on the play action, takes a deep shot. He's got Michael Hilton, and he makes the grab. It's a fantastic catch for Hilton as that puts the Dons into Cougar territory. And Haywood, again, would finish the job. From 3 yards out, he fights his way in, barely crosses the goal line, but he's in. And after a quarter, it's 14-7 Don Bosco. Cougar offense back into Don Bosco territory, but a big mistake here as the play action is not well timed, and Marcus Kilgo is right there for the sack. That pushes the Cougars back. Michael Cooley to try a 40-yard field goal, and he nails it. 4-point game in Cedar Rapids as the Dons lead 14-10. Don Bosco gets the football back, and here comes Zion Haywood. Juke move, power move, throws a man off of him. He's got speed, he's got agility, he's got power, and he's inside the 20. What a run for the junior stud. Jackson, though, with a massive mistake, and it's intercepted. Corey Harbor with a chance to take it all the way back. Jackson's the only one with a shot. He slows him down enough to help make the tackle, but a disastrous play there for the Don Bosco Dons. But a big play here as Marcus Kilgo gets yet another sack, pushing the Cougars back right before the half. They would have to try a field goal to get within a single point. That one is up, and it is good. We're at a 1-point ball game here with 34 seconds to go in the half. But the Dons weren't content to just go to the locker room. Here, Jackson, not afraid to take a shot. He finds Michael Hilton again, his go-to target, and the Dons call a timeout. Randy Kelly would try a field goal on the last play of the half, and he sneaks it into the upright. It is good, and at the break, Don Bosco leads 17-13 over the Cougars. Cougars going for a field goal, but it is blocked by Jamar Jackson, a huge special teams play by that young cornerback as the Cougars stay off the board. And you're not going to believe this, but he does it again. Jackson blocks another field goal with just seconds remaining in the third quarter. Cougars still stay off the board. Cooley can't believe it. 2 blocked in a row. As we'll take another look, just perfectly timed by that young man Jackson. And Jerron Sunday would finish off the next Don Bosco drive, juking and jiving his way into the end zone. It's a beautiful 11-yard touchdown, or make that 7-yard touchdown run for Sunday as the Dons extend their lead 24-13. And Zion Haywood would put this thing to bed. You can't tackle him one-on-one as a defensive back. Get out of the way. Haywood into the end zone. Don Bosco leads 31-13 with less than 2 minutes to play. And my favorite named player in the game would make an interception to really put this thing to bed. Wrestling fans, you'll love this one. David Batista with the interception. And that's your ball game. Don Bosco wins 31-13. It's a really nice win over a tough Cedar Rapids Kennedy squad in a difficult road environment. The Dons are 1-1 in the season with a big conference victory. Let's head south now to Jacksonville, Alabama, where Starmont is on the road, and right away, Jerron Sunday doing what he does, a 19-yard touchdown run as the Stars strike first. They're up 7-0. Sunday letting the crowd hear it. Fitzgerald with a quick pass over to Keon Amerson for a 3-yard touchdown, wide open in the end zone. Stars lead 14-0 after a quarter, and the offense had plenty more where that came from in this one. Here, a quick pop pass. The speedy receiver, C.J. Major III, uses the block from Baxter. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, finally taken down at the 2-yard line. What a great play there. Sunday would finish this one off. Jerron Sunday untouched into the end zone. It's another touchdown for him. The third in the day for the Stars as they lead 21-3. That would be your halftime score, and now moving ahead to the third quarter. Elijah Fitzgerald and Michael Hilton connect. That's been his go-to target so far this season, and what a beautiful bomb as he beats his defender big time. and he's gone 54 yards to the house. 28-3 Starmont, as this one's starting to get out of hand with still plenty of ball game remaining. Fitzgerald wasn't done slinging the rock yet, that's for sure, as this time he finds C.J. Baxter quite literally unguarded. They left him all alone, and it's a 30-yard touchdown pass. C.J. Baxter, the reigning Heisman winner, gets into the end zone, and that wouldn't be the last you'll hear of him today, that's for sure. Motion man here for the Stars as they're going back to the air. Clean pocket for Fitzgerald, gets rid of it right before he's hit. Baxter in the back of the end zone makes a tough grab, gets those toes in, taps on the line, and it's another Starmont touchdown. This one's getting silly, 42-10 our score now. And Fitzgerald was not quite done going to Baxter yet, as he goes back to him on the crossing route, and he's into that black paint again. C.J. Baxter, his third receiving touchdown of the season. It's 49-10 Starmont, and they weren't done yet even. Jerron Sunday gets the football inside the 5-yard line. He's in. It's an absolute blowout in Jacksonville, Alabama. 63-13 your final. Those Gamecock fans can't believe it, but those Stars are rolling to a dominant victory today over the Gamecocks. And for our final game, we did not have any video of this one, unfortunately, but Waverly-Shell Rock stays unbeaten. They get a tough road win at a Game Central City squad, 23-20 your final there in overtime. Waverly-Shell Rock, 2-0 on the season. And before we finish this episode off, do want to take another quick look at those standings among our 4 user teams. Starmont stays undefeated on the year. They're 3-0, 2-0 in the conference play after a non-conference victory this week. Waverly-Shell Rock also undefeated at 2-0, both of those wins coming in conference. Cedar Falls 2-0 overall. They have yet to play a conference game. They'll play 10 straight to end the season. While my Don Bosco Dons pick up their first win of the season, they are 1-1, both in Iowa Conference play as well as overall. And heading into week 4, Starmont is off, but the other 3, Waverly-Shell Rock, Cedar Falls, and Don Bosco, will all be in action, and you won't want to miss it. So make sure you tune back in next week for this next episode of the Iowa Conference series on College Football 25 right here on YouTube. Until then, thanks so much for watching.